The ability to correct a series of images all at once is probably the biggest reason I fell in love with Adobe Camera Raw, or ACR. In this folder, I have the pre-baked or pre-developed JPEG and the Camera Raw, the Nikon.NEF. These first three are the same subject and the same lighting conditions. The fourth is a different subject, but same lighting conditions. So what I'm going to do is hit the Filter panel and just check Camera Raw images, so I can correct those and compare the pre-developed pre-baked to what I might do. But I don't want to have to do 4 different corrections because I'm really making them look better for the lighting. So if I go back to Preview and I have this first shot selected, I'll double-click to bring up Adobe Camera Raw. I always move my exposure first. I want to see more of that little darling's face. Now it's starting to look a little better, but the shadow detail, the contrast isn't where I want it. And a lot of people would go straight for contrast, but I tend to like to boost my blacks next. I only use contrast when I intend to truly add contrast, and sometimes that'll oversaturate the skin tones, so I use it sparingly, especially on portrait shots, images with people. I can open up the shadows by sliding towards a lighter end and see more of her face. And if I do that, I might need to darken the blacks a little more. But I check myself as I go. Before, after, a whole gray cloud is wiped away. Now my goal with this shot is really to ultimately wipe out this white background. So what I'm going to do is make the whites a little whiter. But be very careful with this. I don't want to lose any reflection or highlight detail on her face. So if you look at the image histogram, this has a light data and some data in the midtones, but not a lot of shadow detail. With the light data, if I click this little arrow at the top right to highlight the clipping warning, you'll see red wherever I'm completely throwing away pixels or losing detail. But technically, since I'm adjusting a RAW, I'm not really throwing away pixels. I could clear this setting out at any time. So I might actually decide to go farther with highlights and drop out some of the background, or make it easier to select away the background and remove it in Photoshop. And the spots on the shirt that are being lost, I'm not concerned about. So I will just check myself before and after, and I'm much happier. Now she's wearing some bright colors, so this is where vibrance will really boost that. But you have to be careful about going too far because, again, it can mess with the skin tones. So she starts to get a little orange, like fake tan baby. So I will go up in vibrance and again, before, after, or I can double-click on vibrance, before, after. Double-click the triangle and see if I'm helping. I do add a little clarity, which is mid-tone contrast, but I can really go towards a special effect if I go too far, so I don't want that much, but it does help the hair have more detail, everything that falls between light and dark. And I could turn my clipping warning on and off, and I think I'm okay here. So when I hit Done and come back to Bridge, I'll see that that one has been corrected. We have 2 more in the same lighting conditions, so I will choose Edit, Develop Settings, Copy Camera Raw Settings. Click the next image in the series, Shift-click the last image in the series, Edit, Develop Settings, I'm so excited, Paste Camera Raw Settings. When I click OK, it will paste every correction I did for all of these 4 shots at once. And I can go in and click the last image, which is a different subject, just once. Then double-click to open it, and maybe do a minor correction, maybe not so much exposure on this shot. Or maybe I don't want the blacks moved as far, so I could see more of the blue of the shirt. And when I hit Done, there, I've got a better starting correction, but modified an individual shot. You could do this on any image type. Well, actually on 3 image types from here, anything shot in RAW and TIFF and JPEG. So if I look at my 7 Improving Images folder, I have a low-end camera shot that was taken with a consumer class point and shoot, another Canon I think I had. The metadata would tell me. I will not double-click this, because if you double-click it just opens in Photoshop. I'll come back to Bridge. With the first image selected, I will choose File, Open in Camera Raw to force the low-end shot into Camera Raw. So this could be your iPhone photo or your smartphone photo. There's way too much blue with indoor flash. It happens very frequently. So if I move towards yellow, I'm removing the blue. And I could check myself before, after. Amazing. Maybe I want to warm it up with a little magenta. Before, after. And then I'll do my standard corrections. Adjust exposure for brighter or darker. Adjust blacks for richer shadows, or richer areas that are black technically. I can pull shadows down to darken everyone in the background that I really don't want to focus on. And I could move the highlights lighter or the whites whiter. But that can get really fake really fast. And I'll check myself with a clipping warning. This is a little washed out, so I could protect those areas by pulling highlights back down. So you'll decide what correction you like best. A little bit of this might be blown out already with the flash, so I may leave it a little lighter. And I'll turn off the clipping warning and boost a little clarity to add some sharpness. And if I want vibrance, there are no real solid colors in here, so I might see what vibrance would do. And I might decide to remove a little bit more of the blue, but I'm going to be happy with this. It's a huge improvement overall. Hit done. You could see that it's been corrected with this icon. Edit, Develop Settings, Copy Camera Raw. Click the next one in the series. Shift-click the last one in the series. Edit, Develop Settings, Paste Camera Raw Settings. I'll click OK, and all 3 are corrected. And just to finish this off with another very cool feature, I'll select the first image, shift-click on the last, and choose Tools, Photoshop, Photo Merge. Make one big T-Rex with my 3 separate shots taken without a tripod, and just do it automatically. Use the auto setting and click OK. So you really get much more detail because you've taken 3 separate shots, which should each have more detail. It will blend it, it will stitch them together, and now I have a complete T-Rex when it's done. You could crop this afterwards. It does preserve adjustment layers with masks when it's done, so I can shift-click to see the blending and stitching that happened. But I am very happy with this shot overall. The bottom layer won't show you anything. So to finish this guy off, Layer, Flatten Image, and C for Crop, and I'll have a finished T-Rex in a panorama. And I might leave a little of this extra so I don't cut off the top. There we go. I'm going to press Return or Enter, and you have just seen correcting images using Adobe Camera Raw by forcing it open. If it's not shot in RAW, using File, Open in Camera Raw, then copying those corrections under Edit, Develop Settings, copy, and pasting them to the same subject in the same lighting conditions. This is one of the biggest reasons I love Adobe Camera Raw, and I use it almost every day.